Top of the morning to you. Ken, gentleman prospector. Top of the morning to you. Having a little Goldgers in my cup. Today's episode of Goldgers in Your Cup is brought to you by Always and Forever Prospecting. Top of the morning to you. Having a little Goldgers. And Maniac Mining. It's Dan and Fran. Dan and Fran Gautier. They're great friends. Today we're going to be going through this blue bucket. Mama Bird's white bucket's down here, but I got a blue bucket that I need to get started on. We still got buckets of cons we got to go through because we need the empty buckets, and we're going prospecting in 10 days. We're headed back to the mountains as soon as the forest opens up. We're going to have a good time. So let's get started. There's Kermudge. Top of the morning to you, Rob. Having a little Goldgers in my cup this morning. Going to run some material. Not just some material, some Missouri mountain material from the St. Francis mountain range. This is one of the oldest mountain ranges in North America. 1.4 to 1.5 billion years old. That's billion with a B. And this is some stinky, old, juicy stuff from last year, and I have no clue if there's even anything in it. But I'm gonna find out. I got to have the buckets ready to go out. Ron, good morning. Top of the morning to you, my friend. We need to add you as a moderator so that you can connect to these other great channels and they can connect to you. I'm going to turn that camera down a little bit, kind of adjust it so you guys can see the sluice, and we'll get going and have a look at this material right here. Look at this juicy stuff. This stuff is all hand concentrated, hand panned, concentrated down, put in a bucket, and it is the heaviest of the heavies that the mountains have to offer. And I'm going to tell you, it's about 80%, maybe 90% solid black sands. It's going to be a good time. That's dirty dirt. Yeah, it is dirty dirt. And this water, I just changed it. It's clean. I'm going to add some surfactant to it here just to make sure that we got all the water tension broke up. We're going to turn this camera down just a little bit here. Turn her down, turn her down, turn her... Hey, look at her. There's Maniac Mining right there. Looky here. Looky here, looky here, looky here. Look at what I'm doing. Oh, there's a Maniac Mining on my cup. That's good Goldgers right there. We're going to plug this old dude in. We're going to let that water flow. Oh, that nice, pretty clean water. Oh, it's fixing to get dirty, though. It's going to be dirty water now. Hearts of gold. There's Karen. Welcome in, Karen. Top of the morning to you. Yeah. See that? On the other side it says always and forever. That's good Goldgers. I don't care who you are. We're using the switchback sluice by Prospector Dream. I've got it mounted onto a stand that I custom built just for the switchback. And I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rock and roll. I was going to crush some rocks today is what I was going to do. I've got it all ready and set up. And it's pretty outside. It's about 35 degrees. It's warming up. We're supposed to get up close to 60 today, but that wind's blowing at about 35 to 40 miles an hour. It's crazy out there. There's no way I could have crushed it. I mean, I could have crushed the rocks all right enough, but there's no way I could have successfully done it without blowing stuff everywhere in that wind. catching up the chat. 18 amazing people in here this morning. I appreciate that, everyone. And I just threw the switchback up. I'm going to tell you, just a little bit of a shout out while I'm enjoying some of this Goldgers out of this amazing Always and Forever Prospecting and Maniac Mining Cup. It's a double-sided, double-printed. Two wonderful channels, two great golden people in the Gold Kingdom. This here sluice right here is the best sluice that I have found for the material that we run here in Missouri. This is the switchback. It does have the mini dredge mat and a micro dredge mat, and it runs from a 4-inch, drops down to an alluvial flare. There's your second boil box here. First boil box, second boil box. Caught over a set of rip bars here, another classifier, classifies down to a 1/6 inch. It drops it down in here, and it creates a super drop zone for any of them the tiniest powder micro gold. And we get a lot of them here in Missouri. Ground Fog, welcome in, my friend. Good to see you. Top of the morning to you. But without even more waiting, Rob said earlier, that's some dirty dirt, GP. Well, it's fixing, this water's fixing to turn into a chocolate milkshake. Look at that. When you put one scoop in there, and your whole 5 gallons of water automatically looks like chocolate milk, you know it's real dirt right out of the ground. It's not something that come out of the sandbox or play sand. I just love running this little sluice. It's so interactive. Maniac says spring needs to spring so I can run here. Spring has sprung here in the Ozarks, Maniac. I'm going to tell you one time. Spring has sprung. We've already seen 80-degree days. And we got, the trees are all starting to bud out. The grass is starting to grow. Man, I tell you what, I'm excited. We're going camping in just 10 days. And it's going to be a cold camp. That'll technically still be winter camping because that'll be March the 7th and the 8th. But we're going to go prospecting. We're going to do a little fishing, a little camping, a little scouting around. We're going to get out and shake the cobwebs out of these old vessels. Yeah, we are. Andy, welcome in, my friend. Stick around for a little bit and we'll make sure that you're a moderator. I want to get into pay dirt so bad if I get a few of them, but where I was getting them is way expensive now. That's Cycle GA. Well, welcome in, my friend. And you know what? You come to the right place. If you're looking for a great community, the Gold Kingdom here is a great community. And if you're looking for an opportunity to get some good pay dirt, get some unsearched material, that's like this material that I'm running right here. This is all unsearched, straight out of the ground, nothing added, just like you get if you're down there on the riverbank. That's where it came from, out of the St. Francis Mountain Range here in Missouri. And here on Gentleman Prospector and on at Mama Bird 70, that's a channel you definitely want to subscribe to and make sure that you turn your notifications on, because me and Mama Bird, we give away so much pay dirt and so much gold. It's almost crazy. It's mind-boggling. And we give away a lot of this unsearched material. We just send it out. Sometimes we just send it out without anybody even knowing we're sending it. I just got home from the post office. Mama Bird had a big giveaway last night. Give away a bunch of gold, yes she did, and all these other prizes. I had a little piece of gold, little tiny speck sitting on that grizzly bar. And that's why we got the second chance grizzly set up here in this second boil system. And I seen it. That's the first time I seen gold make it that far on this here switchback. But it did. It was a tiny piece. But it's in that bottom mat now. But yeah, Sunrise at the Beach. Welcome in. He said, "What is this?" We're sluicing. We're sluicing for gold. This is Missouri material, and we're trying to find out if there's any gold in Missouri. Because I've been told ain't no gold in Missouri. I'm gonna turn that light on, see if that helps brighten this up some, because that stuff's starting to get a little dirty. Now this is all material that I dug myself. I hand dug down at the St. Francis mountain range using a scoop and a pan, nothing else. And I classified it down to 1/8 of an inch. Then I hand panned it down to nothing but concentrate. And that is what you got in here now. And what you hear, what you see me do with this spoon is I'm knocking, this is the grizzly bars, and they're 1/16 inch, and I'm knocking the 1/16 inch bigger stuff over in here because that gives me a second chance to check that and a second chance to check my tellings because I catch all my tellings and we save it all. Hi guys, I'm definitely subscribing to you. Yeah, Cycle, I mean for real. And I'm not just saying that to get, we want your subscription, don't get me wrong, but I'm not just saying that. You ask any one of these fine people that are in here, and they're the same way. We like to share the love and share the kindness. And you know, we are fortunate enough, Mama Bird and I, we've been around a long time. I'm an old guy, and we've been married for 40 years, me and Mama Bird. Well, almost 40, be 39 this year. But we've been prospecting for a long time. And we're fortunate enough here in Missouri to have found a lot of places that hold gold. And we like to share it out. You know, was deposited on our planet billions of years ago when the planet was forming. And a lot of people think gold grows up out of the earth, but it doesn't. It's not a natural element. It's alien to the earth, and it's formed when stars explode in the nucleus of stars, and then it's deposited in different places. And this was deposited billions of years ago when the planet was formed. And there's only so much gold on the planet, but science says that there's only a small portion of gold that is on the planet that has been found. The rest of it's still out there looking to be found. And that's what we're doing. We travel all around the Midwest, all around the East Coast, and we search for gold. And in another 5.5 years, Mama Bird will be retired as well, and we'll be able to travel way more often because with her still working, I'm retired. I'm a retired firefighter paramedic, and I'm able to do this anytime. But Mama Bird, they want her to be at work in order to get that check. Got to catch up. Nice Cycle, you're subscribed to. Very wonderful community. Yeah, Hearts of Gold, Maniac Mining, Dan and Frank, or Mudgen. All these people are just amazing people. Oh, I'm having some Goldgers in my cup. So let's make this easier for you guys to subscribe to these other channels. I'm going to add you guys as standard moderators, and everybody can be a standard moderator here. All you got to do is stick around, show us that you're kind and polite. And that's all it takes. And that you're a real person. Checking my flow. It looks like everything's flowing good. Hey, priority prospecting. Now that right there is another Missourian. That's my pal Joe Weiss, old Joe from Mo. And I'll tell you what, he was with us whenever we dug this bucket full of material. Him and the fishing goddess, Lisa, were down there with us. And they're going to be with us. I think they're going to make it down there whenever we go in about 10 days after, because it's closed down right now, but it's fixing to open back up. And I know Joe's ready to go, you know, weather permitting, but right now, looking at the weather for that weekend, it's about a 40% chance of rain. So that's not too bad. There's Adam. Top of the morning to you, Adam. You think there's gold in Oklahoma? I do. I really think there's gold in Oklahoma. There's probably gold in every single state here in North America. I know in Florida it's really hard to find a lot of places, but there is people that have found natural gold in Florida, and I know there's people that's found it in Oklahoma too. And the thing about Oklahoma gold is it's a lot like southern Missouri gold. It's not necessarily placer gold. Most of the gold was deposited when the glaciers melted out of Canada and pushed down here millions of years ago. However, a lot of gold was in outcropping forms, was sprung up from the Earth's core through volcanic activity. And so look for areas in Oklahoma that had naturally volcanic mountain ranges, naturally volcanic activity, and look for outcroppings, quartz, rhyolite, feldspar, new kind of materials. And that's an indicators that will, it doesn't guarantee you gold, but, that's a place to start looking for it. I have not looked for gold in Oklahoma myself. I'm real close to Oklahoma, so I don't know why I haven't. Now, I have found gold in southwest Missouri, right close to the Oklahoma line, around Knoll, Missouri, if you guys know where that is. I have found gold there. Good morning, Bill. Bill Snodgrass, having a little Goldgers in your cup. Today I'm drinking my Goldgers out of the Maniac Mining and Noise and Forever Prospecting cup. And it's good. That good coffee. Well, knowledge and wisdom comes with age. I have a lot of age, so I don't know about knowledge and wisdom, but I do have a lot of age. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's a lot of fun. It's very therapeutic, and it's good, dirty fun. I say dirty fun. I would say clean fun, but anybody that's ever went out gold prospecting, any kind of prospecting, you get dirty. That's just the way it is. You're playing in the mud with the mud. That water is definitely getting muddy. We like it. Like it like that. Last night on Mama Bird's, a lot of you guys was in on Mama Bird's members lives last night giveaway. We had so much fun. I hope you members had fun, because that's what we was trying to do, was make sure that you guys had fun. And I'm going to tell you what, we had a good time. We did. And gave away some amazing things. And Mama Bird has got so much stuff to give away in March, all this spring stuff. It's unreal. I mean, and you guys haven't even got to see it all yet. You guys have, she's even got metal detectors in there. And I mean, she's got stuff. She's been buying stuff. She's planned this for a long time and been buying stuff since January, just to give away in March. Plus, she's been making all kinds of copper wrapped jewelry and things. Got 16 amazing people in there. Appreciate that. And I was going to, like I said, going to crush rocks today. That got put on the back burner because of the wind. Now, I'd like to go prospecting tomorrow to a place about 2 hours away. It's about a 2-hour drive, and a place I call the Oasis. This is one of the first places I ever found gold in Missouri. And then I'm aware of, other than 3 or 4 people that I have taken down there to this place, I'm the only person that's ever prospected there. Now, this was a place that my grandfather did prospect in before I was ever born. He never found gold in there. He might have found a little bit, but I mean, he didn't record it if he did. in any of his books, because I've got his little journal, and he didn't have any of the recordings. That's a nice piece of quartz right there. That's got to go in the crush pile, because I got to crush that up. But me and Mama Bird have discovered a lot of gold down there, and of course our children, we've taken them down there, and they found their own gold, their first gold. Wild gold was found there. There is miles, literally miles, of an ancient creek river that runs out of the ground. It boils out of the ground. There's cave systems through there, but it's just unreal. And I haven't been there. I don't think we went a single time last year to the Oasis, and I haven't been there, I think, in 2 years now. And I need to get back down there. I need to play. Some of the best gold I ever found came from there. It's really hard to get down there to it, and even harder to get back out, because while it's in the foothills of the St. Francis mountain range, it's some serious straight up and down mountain. It takes about an hour and a half or so to walk down there, and it takes about two and a half hours to climb out of it carrying material. George Ann, top of the morning to you. Here's some Goldgers in your cup, George Ann. Go, go, boy box, go, go. So Mama Bird looked last night through her members, and there was one member that we haven't been able to get a hold of that won a fishing kit. And she found out exactly the channel, got a good channel, and reached out. So hopefully she'll be sending us address and stuff so we can send the fishing kit. On the event that she does it, Mama Bird said by Wednesday, if she hasn't reached out and sent the address, that it's going to default to Bill Snodgrass, because he went coming second on the duck race. I think that's absolutely fair. A week is plenty of time if somebody's been busy to get caught up and watch the video, the members' video, and see that they won. Yeah, these sluice boxes are amazing. We got, this is like, well, it's like unlike any sluice system there is, really. I mean, it's the original. I mean, you could describe it in many ways, and I've run nearly every sluice system that's out there. I've had the opportunity to run them, and I can tell you that this little dude right here, there's only a couple of sluices that I would even compare to it. One of them being the Dirt Devil modular sluice system. Now that little sluice system is amazing, and it will catch the tiny flower gold. It will absolutely catch it. And then the any of the Dream Act catches it. But the thing is, there's a lot of the little powder gold that them sluice systems miss, and a lot of times we don't see that gold, but it really adds up. And at $165 a gram is what gold is right now. It doesn't take much of that little powder gold to put $30, $40, $50, $100 in your pocket whenever you're out prospecting. And buyers, they don't care if it's big gold or little gold. It's all gold, and it's still valuable. Got 14 people in there. This was just a spur of the moment thing. I got spring fever. I know everybody does. My friends, all my blueberry friends up there in the New England area, I know they do. They're going through a bad snowstorm right now. My brother Carl from Miller Outdoors said they shut the state of Maine down. They had so much snow. know New York got hit hard. I know I talked to Heath this morning, and he's out on snow patrol right now. He's a New Yorkian. But here in Missouri, spring has sprung, and I'm ready. I'm ready to get to the river. I'm ready to prospect, ready to fish. I could even go catfishing today. I don't know. Good fresh mess of catfish sounds pretty tasty. Come on with that. I know that Rob's been having a really mild, Hobo Rob, my pal's been having a really mild winter as well. And him and Mia Dog has got to get out and do some prospecting, and he has been pumping out some videos and shorts, and they are amazing. If you guys haven't got the chance to see them, there's Marines Army Mom. Welcome in, top of the morning to you. Having some Goldgers this morning. Here's a little Goldgers in your cup. This is brought to you by Maniac Mining and Always and Forever Prospecting, our friends Dan and Fran. They sent us this amazing coffee mug in a Christmas box, and I'm utilizing it today while I run some of this Missouri material. Ain't no gold in Missouri. And the thing is here in Missouri, we go during the summer, I go prospecting just about every day in one way or another. And Mama Bird goes just about every weekend. But we go a lot more and never find a fleck of gold than we go and find gold. Now, we do have spots that we drive to that is 4 hours away, which where we got this material is one of them spots. It's 4 hours from our front door, one way. But we can find gold just about every time we go down there. Now, I'd like to take credit for that, but I can't. My pal Joe from Priority Prospecting, he's the one that located this spot. He lives in that area, and he located this spot. Now, other than a few nice little chunky chunks and one picker that I found, 0.159 gram picker, this one right here, that jewel came right out of the ground, right out of this area. It's 0.159. Everything that we find down there is super small, super tiny, but we know the big gold's there. Every once in a while, somebody will pull a pan back and it'll have some chunky stuff in it. I seen Lisa, the fishing goddess, last year. She got into a nice little deposit, and it was just loaded with that chunky stuff. So this is the year that we find the big stuff down there, I think. Looks like everybody's connecting to one another. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. Has anybody got any plans for today? Anybody got anything exciting going on today that they're doing that they want to share, or this week that they want to share and talk about with the community here? I know Rob, my pal Rob from Curmudgeon, he's got his new diesel generator that he's getting all hooked up. He's pumped and excited about that. As are we. I mean, that's a game changer, living there in Alaska off the grid like they do. That is a game changer. I talked to Calvin this morning just a little bit. He kind of let me know what his plan for the day was. He's going to be doing some rock crushing later on today. He's got a friend of his that is bringing a crusher over, and he's got some material he's going to crush up, so that'd be pretty cool. I could have crushed, and I wanted to crush some rock. I got some material that, I got a lot of Missouri material, but I got some Colorado rocks I want to crush, and then I also got some from Justin Winch that got them from Mountain Maker Mining. Arthur Mueller, welcome in, Arthur. Top of the morning to you. Hope you're having a good day. We're running some material down the sluice here. This is all unsearched Missouri material. Might not be a speck in it. Won't know until I run it. What I'm going to do, I got this bucket's a little over half full. So I'm just going to take it and run it and then clean it out, and we'll just see. We'll clean out some of it and just see. Arthur, just stick around here for a few minutes. Get to know these people a little bit. Let us get to know you and see that you're a good person, and I'm sure you are. And we'll make a standard moderator out of you. And you can connect to these other channels, and they can connect with you. And we can all have little Goldgers in our cup. Crash, howdy, says good morning all. Heading to the top of the mountain, first run of the day in Colorado. Well, there you go. I was just talking about Colorado, Crash. And there you are in Colorado. Crash is a friend of ours from Iowa. Loves to prospect. We've prospected together before here in Missouri, and hopefully he'll make it down here in April when we're having Mom's birthday back. That's going to be a fun time. Like to see Dan and Fran and Carl make it down. They're talking about it. Carl thinks that he thinks he's going to be able to. It's looking like it. It's looking like it. So that's going to be amazing to get him down here in the Missouri mountains. He's from Maine, and he's a great prospector, great person, and a great brother. Couldn't be any more better of a brother than what Carl is. Yeah, it would. I know you guys have got plans yourself come April, but we would love to see all you guys be able to make it down here. Now, this is an invitation-only event. I mean, it's not just open to the kingdom, but if you know, you know, and our Blueberry family there, they know that they got an invitation. And Dan and Fran talked about maybe coming down, and we'd love to see it. I think it'd be a fun time. Good fishing, good camping. We're hoping the mushrooms will be up there in April. With this weather that we're currently having, they should be. Let me check my tellings. I've run a lot. Oh shoot, it's filling up. That's it. I'm done there for now. I'm gonna move that out of the way. I run a lot of material. I run a lot. My tellings are starting to run over down there in my catch pan. So it's time to clean this out. See what we got. Brian and the twins, howdy. Welcome in, Brian. I hope you're having a good day. I seen that you did another mail call on a package you got from Hearts of Gold from Karen and David, two great people. And it looked like they sent you some Ontario pay and some Coos Canyon pay. That's amazing. Hey, there's Dirt Devil. Roger, was your ears burning? I was just telling everybody how great your sluice system is. I call it the Devil's Cut, but that is not an official name. That's just what GP calls it. But I find that to be setting. I see a tiny little micro. I know there's at least one micro in here because I can see it up at the top of that dream map when I shut that off. I don't know if I can zoom in there. Let me turn this camera just a little bit here and see if I can zoom in on that. I may not be able to because it is small. Right there. Right there is a tiny little, tiniest of tiny little piece of fly poop up there in the very top. But now we're going to clean this dude out. So I'm going to turn the camera up here like that. Show off my always and forever prospecting and maniac mining. Having some Goldgers in your cup. And Adam says, I see it good. Good. I didn't know if you guys could see it or not. Got another MRI today, says Brian. That's just part of it. First, we're going to clean these grizzly bars out. Get these dudes separated and cleaned out. I just love this little sluice system. We got some RC controlled cars, and we got a backhoe and a dump truck and different things. And me and Mama Bird, we had so much fun playing with them the other day. It's just like we was on a wash plant, you know what I'm saying? Got that cleaned out. I'm gonna spray this down this here. Just spray all that stuff down into that second mat. Let it grab hold of it. There we go, there we go, there we go. One time, that was easy enough. Nothing but a thing. Now we can move this out of the way. It's our catch pan for our grizzlies. There's the 16th inch material that we caught, and there's a lot of big chunks of mineralized quartz. But I mean, there's chunks down there big as your head. I mean, that quartz is everywhere down here in this place, all fractured and everything. We got our pan here to clean it out in. I'm gonna add some water to it. Pop this top section off here. See if I can do this without destroying the world. Gonna set that in my catch pan. Turn it where you guys can see it maybe. Turn that sluice back on and let the water flow. Help clean that out. Like in so. Pretty simple. Pull the sluice head off. Like into so. Finish spraying that down. I think you guys can see that the way I got that set up there. Get all them little vortexes and little cells cleaned out in this micro dredge mat on the switchback sluice. Them are deep cells. Love that dredge mat. I can remember when they first started coming out with the dredge mat, they made the cells deeper and a little bit different angle on them. Carl was so excited to talk to me and tell me about it. And he convinced me over the phone, Carl did. I had a dredge mat coming from my high banker that day. And I love it, I can tell you. Hey, Minor Mall, welcome in, Minor Mall. So good to see you in here. I hope you're doing well. I bet your Minor Mall is getting ready for the Yuba coming up, and won't be long now. Have a look at that mat. We're going to turn it one time and make sure that we got it all out of there. After all, it's Dream Mat. And we're going to wash that header box out just a little bit. We seen one little tiny piece of gold, or I did. Seen one little tiny piece of gold in here. So we know there's going to be at least one little fleck of gold in our tail, or in our pan. That we know. Let's put that back together. Set it out of the way for now. Now we're going to pop this bottom mat out. Comes out real super easy. Going to clean that out. Get all that micro gold that's in there. I have cleaned these out separate several times and run multiple control studies, and each one of them was exactly the same results, and that's that this sluice works. And then we just pop this base right off the mount that I made. I just took and folded some aluminum, is what I did, and put some wobble bolts in here. These little, I don't know if you guys can see them wobble bolts or not. That way it comes out easier. Like in so. And then I can just spray that bottom mat out into my clean out pan. Then I can spray that top mat out. That system, just to make sure nothing got under that dream mat, but I really don't think it's nothing just getting under it. I have tested this and tested it and tested it, and I haven't found anything get under my matting on it. So the way that they set the mats into the V-ribbing, I think it's impossible really for something to get under it. And then this, we're going to go ahead and put the sluice back together, just because we can. And then we'll pan it out. I'll have to move that camera around here when we pan it out, so you guys can watch me pan it out, just to see. Like I said, don't know if we're going to have anything or not. That's the thing about prospecting, is you don't know. It all comes down to the pan. Don't matter how good a sluice system you got, it all comes down to that pan. And that sluice is ready to go again. Now, that's good Goldgers right there. We're going to take this camera. We're going to move it just a little bit here. Turn it down. And we're going to pan it out. We're going to see what we got. Now, I just ran 1/4 of a 5-gallon bucket. Hey, Maddie, welcome in, Maddie. Great to have you this morning. Hope you and Johnny are doing well. Out of 1/4 of a bucket of material, that's all the cons that I have left. And that's why we love Dream Mat so much. Pretty stuff. Is there gold in it? Don't know. But here we're going to find out. We're going to stratify it down one time. We stratify her down. We shake her back and forth, back and forth. We got that pan just barely tilted slightly, maybe at about a 5 to 7 degree angle as we're stratifying it down. That allows specific gravity to work. And that specific gravity means that the densest material that's in that pan is going to settle to the bottom. And it's going to get caught in that concave at the bottom of that pan. And then we're just going to take that material like this, and the lighter the stuff's up on the top now. And we're going to gently pan that lighter stuff off. And then we're going to repeat the process. Just repeat the process. Yeah. Wash, rinse, repeat. Yeah, it is cool how it works. Howdy, Jody. What genealogy? Mama Bird's in here. Mama Bird, I seen one tiny little fleck in the sluice. And I haven't seen nothing else, but you know what? There may not be nothing in this bucket. You never know. That's why it's prospecting. We're going to find out because we just ran a quarter of it. This is that my blue bucket out of the room in there where we keep all that material at. Let's start panning her back now. Well, there, it could be that one piece, but there's a piece of gold right there. Let me zoom that in. Let me show you guys. Just started panning. Just started panning. And kablooey! Eureka! We have gold! Woo-wee! That's cool. So we know that one piece is in there. That may be the one we've seen, may not be. Oh, this stuff's heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy. A lot of magnetics in here. Got 20 amazing people in here. A wee tiny piece says up to something. Yes, sir. That is a wee tiny piece. But you know what? I was the first person in the entire universe to see that wee tiny piece. And that makes it magical. And that makes me go, ooh-wee. And hopefully there's more than that wee. Oh, yeah. Come on with the wee tiny piece again. Come on with it. Let's say it. Somebody say wee tiny piece again. Because I started to pan. And I got 3 pieces in there now. And they getting a little bigger. Looky here. Looky here. Looky here. As I zoom that in. Oh, that's beautiful gold. Looky here. Look at them. Look at them. Oh, yeah. Come on with that. Come on with that one time. My hands are wet, and I'm having trouble getting my camera to zoom back out. That's cool. We just getting started. We just getting started, guys, and I've got gold in the pan. Joe, this may be loaded. I'll have to look on that bucket and see where it came from. Up to something outdoors. We need to make you a moderator so you connect and these guys can hook up with you too, my friend. I appreciate you coming in here today. There you go. Just turns you blue. I'm gonna work this stuff off one side at a time. With all these heavies, that tiny stuff is easy to miss. And we don't want to miss any of it. All gold must be liberated. All right, I'm starting to see gold come out of my corners again, so let's rinse this material off. This lighter stuff, and we will absolutely repan all this, everything. I always pan it 2, 3, 4, 20,000 times. You never know. Well, I appreciate that. And you know, 8-3, Rich is a great guy. So it possibly could. There's old Pelon in there. Howdy, howdy. We hope to, oh man, that is, I'm going to have to slow my roll, guys. I'm sorry. I know you guys will want to see this, but whenever I start panning like this and that many different colors are showing up in the black sand through there, that tells me to slow down, GP. Slow down. How slow can you go? How loose is your noose? So I'm going to slow my roll down, and we're going to take our time. You know, I got a lot of this material still in that bucket. Oh, making GP. Wanna sing and dance. I wanna sing and dance. Oh, there's all thing country. See, that man will come in anytime. He can have some little gold porn going on and get a free show, singing and dancing like that. If y'all haven't connected with ATC, and I know you have, but if you haven't, man, y'all missing out. You need to make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn them notifications on. Every Sunday, that man goes out and he lives up in Canada. He prospects and he brings some gold back, and we have a good time. And I actually got to catch some of his live streams. I never realized it, but being a grandpa, it takes away from a lot of time. And I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But our youngest son, he and his wife are making a big, beautiful family. Boy, they like that right corner that go. Oh, I've got some coming out here. Now, looky here. Looky here at this one time. Looky here, ATC. I got gold showing up here, and I got gold showing up here. Now, we know that there's probably in that circle right through there, there's probably going to be some gold laying all through that. Probably. Maybe. You never know. But we can hope. This is about a quarter of a bucket run. I just ran about a quarter of a 5-gallon bucket. That was all the tellings that my telling bucket would hold. That's why I stopped and did the clean out. The dream mat wasn't nothing near full. I love this new dredge mat. These micro dredge and mini dredge for dream mat. Love it. Wasn't even close to being full. Get some of that light stuff off there. Just go slow. I ought to read chat. Mama Bird's telling stories on me. North Storm says, looks like a picker. I wish it was. You know what? I'm gonna pause and take this opportunity, just in case North Star missed it, and show them this 0.159 gram picker that I got a couple weeks ago, right out of Missouri. That's a 0.159 gram picker. Yeah, we're going to call him the Missouri Monarch. Booyah! I don't know. This ain't a lot to pay for me. I mean, comparatively speaking to like Gold Hog, the way it cleans up and stuff, numbers game, and you know what I'm talking about when I say numbers game, ATC. I believe that Dream Mat is superior to the recovery of fine gold. I really do. I believe that 100%. Now I can tell you that my pal Roger, Dirt Devil Detecting, has developed a matting system that he 3D prints that is just out of this world good. I love that sluice. I call it the Devil's Cut. It is amazing. And whenever we travel, since I've taken that sluice everywhere with us when we traveled last year because it's so light and breaks down into just almost nothing. Leg kit, everything right there with it. But everybody so far that's used it absolutely loved it as well. Hopefully you guys can see this because I'm paying attention to my gold now in my pan. I'm just taking that down until I see that pile up over here. And then I'll take this other side down until I see some gold coming in over there too, like that. And then I'm just going to rinse that lighter stuff off, the less dense. I know that me and ATC, we talk about each other all the time, and it's always good. I've never had a bad word to say about ATC, and I've never heard him say a bad word about anyone, let alone me. But him and I have stepped in a lot of the same footsteps over our lifetimes, and to get apart. But he is just a stand-up guy. I can't say enough nice things about him. I really can't. And one of these days, even if we just have to show up at his house and say, howdy, we're here. We're gonna have some fun together. I'd like to go fishing with him, prospecting with him, do a little hunting with him. That'd be a good time. Any of the above would be a good time. Now look what we got coming up here now. Now that's zoomed in like magnification 14 million times. Let me show you my big finger there touching it, or almost touching it. That's some tiniest to the tiny stuff. But it's starting to add up. It's starting to add up. Lumi paid him to say that. Jeffrey Button, they still got 18 amazing people in there. The wind is blowing outside like a cyclone. We got one of them twisty winds going on. It's just going crazy. 30 to 40 mile an hour gusts, 25 mile an hour solid straight line winds right now. Just nuts. Otherwise, I would have been crushing rocks or fishing today because it's pretty today out there. It was I just come in from outside and it was 34 degrees whenever I come in the house, which is not bad for this time of year. But it's supposed to get almost 60 today, and by the weekend, I hate to say this to you guys, but I'm going to. By the weekend, it's going to be near 80. Ha ha! Oh yeah. That's kayak weather. 80 degrees is kayak weather. But I'm wanting to go. I told Mama Bird last night, I said, I think I'm going to go to the Oasis and see. There's a couple of spots down there that I have been able to send text messages in and receive them. Hopefully, I can go live. If I can go live down there and show you guys the Oasis, well, you guys will know why we call it the Oasis. It is a magical, magical spot located deep in the Ozarks, down at the bottom of these foothill mountains. You got to be half billy goat and half donkey to get down there to it. But you know what? I'm a little bit of half everything, I think. I don't mind stumbling and falling my way to the creek. No, sir, don't mind it at all. Man, this stuff right here. This is some tough stuff. This is the material that we added to the pay dirt bags that we've going to sell a few of, what we call moccasin strike. The reason we call it that is because there's so many moccasins in that spot where we go. I don't know, that one day I think we counted 12 or 15, I forget, but there was one spot, there was five of them big nasty viper gated dudes all just hanging out there together. Jordan Wright, welcome in. Says, where are you located at? Jordan, let's make you a standard moderator, my friend. That way you can connect to all these other people and they can connect to you. And I'm here in southwest Missouri. Now, where this material come from is in southeast Missouri. Deep, deep, right in the middle of the St. Francis mountain range in southeast Missouri. One of the oldest mountain ranges that was completely volcanic. It's all volcanic extrusions from 1.4 to 1.5 billion years ago. It's one of the oldest mountain ranges in North America, if not the oldest. Boy, that stuff is looking pretty in there. You guys seeing that? Starting to see it on both sides, really prevalent. Taking our time, getting all them heavies off. Now, most of this material from the mountains is magnetic. I could take a magnet and suck all this out. But the thing is, I'd be sucking up some of my micro gold too. Because as you guys know, anything that's above the magnetics, it's just going to, it acts just like a piece of paper. It's just going to pick them tiny little flower micro gold up and take it with it. So I'll just take my time, pan it off the right way. That's another good thing about the switchback is it does a lot of the classifying for you. Between the boil box, which classifies it down to a 1/4 inch, and then the grizzly bars, which breaks it down another to a 1/16 of an inch. Got one little micro down here, 2, 3 micros in the center of my pan. I don't like that. When I see that, that tells me that GP, you need to slow down, slow your roll a little more. Try to catch up with chat. Jeffrey Budd and Karen Hutch, Tim Ivins, howdy, howdy. Mrs. Scooter, howdy. How you doing, Mrs. Scooter? Hope you're having a good day. Good to see you in here. Have a little Goldgers in your cup this morning. We're looking for that elusive Missouri Gold. And we're finding some. There's some in this pan. I don't know if it's enough to move the scale or not, but you know what? It's enough to make this old country boy go, ooh. Uh-huh. Keep your cut quiet. Shit's getting real. Tap that back up and wash this stuff off now. Yeah, Jeffrey, it is. And a lot of times I forget. I forget that I'm even talking to you guys and that you guys are here. And I used to be really bad about it. I mean, on my some of my old lives, it was like, well, he's not even gonna say nothing. He did. Look what just popped out. That is, it's not a picker, but that's a proper piece of gold. I mean, that's a real flake of gold. Anywhere in the world, that would be a good flake of gold. Might even be able to feel that piece. I was just talking about getting quiet, and there I am. I didn't get quiet. I shut plumb up, didn't I? Look at this line that's coming up in here, guys. I am so pumped to get back down there. So pumped. Better catch up with chat. I do have a golden smile foreman. Absolutely. Wesley! Wesley Hatful! Welcome in, Wesley. It's great to see you, brother. Wesley, this is some of the material right here that I'm panning out that is exact material, actually. This is the bucket that it came out of. That you've got some bags coming your way of from Moccasin Strike Pay. When I said it was difficult, it is difficult, but I know Wesley can handle it. Ain't no doubt in my mind. Wesley's got the equipment to handle it with. I mean, come on with it. He's got the best MissouriGold cleanup sluice ever made. He just so happened to make it himself. Him and the MissouriGold Wizard, man, I'll tell you what, the MissouriGold Wizard micro cleanup sluice. That's every, when I said I would rerun all of this, even my other tellings, that's what I'm rerunning it through, is the MissouriGold Wizard micro cleanup sluice. And then the tellings out of that, whenever I clean that out, the tellings out of it get run through the MissouriGold Wizard Gold Ripper. And no matter how good these other sluices do, I'll always find more gold in my tellings using them two tools. They work. That's all there is to it. If they don't work, I would tell you they didn't work, but they work. And not only do they work, they work better than any of the other stuff. And that's why I've got each one set up right here to my right, that I will be running them down. Gray sand with black sand running through. Oh, Jordan, that's a good. I missed something here. I know Jordan asked me where I was from, and I let him know. Hey, there's Justin Winch. I didn't see him come in. I was talking about the rocks that you give me. I was going to crush them today, Justin, and that wind that we have here is just ferocious. So instead, I broke out the blue bucket and I started running this down. I was filling them pay dirt bags, them Moccasin Strike bags with this dirt, and Mama Bird asked me, she said, which one of them buckets is that dirt coming out of? Well, that's the blue bucket. It's one of the unsearched ones that we haven't gone through yet. And she looked at me, and her eyebrow kind of raised, and she said, unsearched? You're giving them unsearched? I said, yeah. Give it that, a little extra chance of getting a little extra gold. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not down to this gold yet, but I'm almost there. And I'm definitely out of a quarter of a bucket, maybe a little more than that. I don't know. I'll show you the bucket. The bucket was 3/4 of the way full. I guess I probably ran maybe a half a bucket. There. This is what the bucket is now. That bucket right there. And she was up to here, and now, well, she's on the bottom there. So I guess maybe a half bucket. So this is probably a half bucket material, guys. Now this is all cons. This one bucket took me 2 days. 2 days worth of prospecting and panning it down to nothing but the concentrates, because where we're at there, we're not allowed to use sluices on the river. It's all hand panning. So I hand panned it all down. That's the way we do it there. Pan it down to where it ain't nothing but heavies. That piece of lead, I'm making sure it wasn't. Yep, that's lead. Get a lot of lead there. But that one, there's 2 pieces in there that I would call a proper flake of gold. It's kind of gold everybody likes to see. The rest of it is tiny, tiny, tiny stuff. But it's adding up. Oh, nice, Karen. Oh, going to South Carolina. Right on, Wesley. Oh, it's getting close now. Yeah, this is enough to move the scales, guys. I don't think it'll move it by much, but it's going to move the scales. And the best part of this is we're the first set of eyes in the entire universe to ever see this beautiful gold. And that, for me, that's what it's about, you know. Yeah, we got a little gold put back for a rainy day. Yeah, we save a little gold, but for us, you know, giving it away, this was put on the earth for us to do with what we wanted to. And me and Mamba, we like to give it away. And there's nothing wrong with keeping it. There's nothing wrong with hoarding it, looking at it, taking it out, weighing it every once in a while. Nothing wrong with just gathering your family around and huddling around it like a bunch of squirrels sitting around a big old hickory tree just waiting to get them big old hickory nuts off of it. However you like to do with whatever's your gold, that's the way you ought to do it. Don't let others influence you on that. Look at that piece. I got to investigate that. A piece of pyrite, that's what I thought it was. Another chunky piece of pyrite right there. And there's what we ended up with. There's what come out of that pan. Now let me dry my hands so that my phone works. And zoom this in some so you guys can see just how small some of this stuff is in there. Look at that little tiny micro. Now that's those. This is zoomed in 100 times. And that looks like giant gold until you show what, you know, the camera. That's my finger. That's how much is it. There's a little piece of black sand on my finger. See that? So that's how small that gold actually is. But you know what? All gold matters, guys. And we're going to suck this up. And I think we'll run some more. What do you guys think? You want to run some more? Yeah, isn't that it? I mean, it's amazing how micro goes to just a little baby nugget. And that's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. And I know you've done this, Wesley, and most of you have, just to take and look at it underneath a digital microscope and just gaze upon it. We've done that for hours. It's just crazy. So we got gold in the snuffer bottle. Yeah, and Joe, you know exactly what it's like down there. I mean, it just, you know how long it takes to fill up one of these buckets? The way that we do it, panning it down to nothing but the fines, panning it down, panning it down. It takes days to fill up one full bucket. And people they don't realize it. They see us do one of these bucket clean outs, and we'll get, 0.10 or up to a quarter gram in a bucket, and they're like, "Oh man, that's great, that's great." It took us a week to get that much, though. Yeah, that's great, but you don't realize it takes a lot of time to pan down one bucket. Don't ever put your black sands under the microscope. It's depressing. Yeah, right, Jeffrey? Exactly. That's how it works. I don't know. You guys want to run some more? I got good battery on both of these. I can run some more. I'm not worn out. It's up to you guys. I'm gonna run some anyway. Uh, uh, you guys want to see me run some more? I mean, I've got the. I might even be able to just leave the camera just like this and just turn it like that. Oh, and that's a little different angle, a little different view, but that works. That angle and view does work. Up to something outdoors. I thought I moderated you. Oh wait, never mind. I'm behind on chat on that device. Oops. Got 25 amazing people in here. I appreciate that. Mainly off grid. Howdy, howdy. William says, hey, William E says, why not? Run some more. We just as well. We ain't doing nothing else. It's the wind's blowing. We know we got gold in this snuffer bottle already. Let's just see. Let's run some more. So what I'm gonna have to do in order to run some more, guys, is I'm gonna have to take these tellings out and change my catch pan. I gotta change my catch pan because it's so full. I got a new one right here. It'll make you drool. And that dude is full. Come on with it. Let's set it out of the way. $100 says I knock that over for the days out. Any takers? Got an empty one in there now. Fired up. Fired up means a lot of things. Today's episode of Goldgers in Your Cup is brought to you by Maniac Mining and always and forever prospector, our friends Dan and Fran Gothier. Did you guys hear that kick in and the pump just all of a sudden start blowing out faster water? Two things caused that. One, you got water got low, which that could have been. Two, this lithium ion battery that I'm using is getting low. That also causes it. No worries, I got another one on standby, but these little things work great. I haven't charged this battery since before Christmas, and I don't know how many hours I've run on it. So if it gives out, hey, I got my good out of it. Wesley, my 100% honest opinion on the switchback is throw your other sluices away, your cleanup sluices, and get the switchback. If you have a switchback and a Flyer Gold Wizard micro cleanup sluice, That's all you need. I know me and Mama Bird were just talking. I just bought some shrink wrap because me and Mama Bird were talking last week, and I have got a lot of little cleanup sluices. You know, we've got 2 or 3 of the buddy sluices. We've got the adventure sluice with the speed controller and stuff. I'm never going to use them sluices again. Never. There's no point in me hanging on to these, so I'm going to clean them up, and I'm going to gift them to people in the community that don't have a cleanup sluice. Because, you know, any sluice is better than no sluice. But this switchback is a solid game changer, my friend. It is a solid game changer. All right, we're going to add this back under there one time. Dorothy, welcome in, Dorothy. I'm going to pick that bucket back up, put it in the chair. That way I ain't got so far to bend over. And yes, the chair is on wheels. GP's lazy. Let's feed it. Let's feed the beast. I'm going to look at the speed that I'm running at. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. I can't wait until my grandson gets old enough that he can start running this sluice, because this little sluice, it teaches a lot about prospecting. Just watching it, and if you're interested in the way things work, this little sluice can teach you a lot of stuff. I'm going to move my tablet where I can read chat. Dan says he needs dirt. All his is frozen. Well, a few weeks back, all of ours was frozen outside, and we brung it in the house. I went out to the shed and got my buckets that were all frozen, brung them in the house, and put them in one of the overflow rooms. I say overflow. I basically live in a quarry. You know, Mama Bird, the way she brings rocks home. Yeah, I live in a quarry. There's rocks in every room, but we let them thaw out, and then I realized, you know, old GP got a lot of buckets. Well, most of them was full of dirt, so I got to we're going prospecting here in a couple, I don't know, about 10 days, and I got to free some of these up. Yeah, that's it. ATC, everything, I mean, it is interactive. It is very interactive. And where this alluvial flare opens in the transition, and it goes from a 4-inch down to a 6-inch, that you really got to look at it. I sat, and Mama Bird would come in, and she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just looking at the sluice." And I was just sitting there letting it run with clear water. And what I was doing was watching all the little pockets, every little corner, every little angle, looking for them. Yeah, and you know the spin I'm talking about, ATC. You've sat there on the river, I'm sure, thousands of times and watched it and thought to yourself, "That's a dropout, that's a dropout, that's a dropout." Well, that's what I did on this sluice. And just to watch the way that the Petersons, they manufactured this. And I'm going to tell you right now, man, they took the design off of their folding backpack sluice. I love that. River sluice, that's my go-to river sluice. And it's got an alluvial flare on the bottom. And I've sat and watched gold get trapped at tiny little micro pockets, get trapped right in them alluvial flares, right in these little corners. Like right here, just spin. And I'm sure they sat and watched it too. And when they designed this, they thought of all the aspects of it. And it's a lot bigger than what a person would expect, you know, especially someone that has used an adventure sluice to do cleanouts, or a cleanup buddy to do cleanouts. And they do work. They do a great job of cleanouts. But the thing is this does a better than a great job. This sluice, I can't say that it catches 100% because I still say nothing catches 100%. But it does catch that 99.8% that they say that it catches. But that little bit that it doesn't catch, that's what the Flower Gold Wizard Micro Cleanup Sluice is for. Because that dude, it'll grab it, it'll hang on to it, and it won't let it go. And you don't want to run this kind of raw material down it, because if you do have bigger gold on the Flower Gold Wizard Micro Sluice, it's designed to push the bigger stuff down towards the bottom. That's where your bigger gold's going to be. This sluice here is a reverse of that. It catches your big stuff on the top mat, and all your tiny micros is on the bottom mat. And I've done 6 or 7 full control studies to where I added the amount of gold, knew exactly how much was in there of every kind, and I cleaned out both mats separate. I cleaned everything out, you know, and checked it, and each time that's exactly the way that it performed. It caught the big gold on the top, and the small gold got caught on the bottom mat. Oh, that's awesome. That's cool, Rob. That's cool. Got 24 amazing people still in here. I appreciate that, guys. And if you guys haven't yet, please subscribe and like it. It helps to build the channel. It helps to set that logarithm in for YouTube. And subscribe to each other. That's why y'all's blue, is so you can go on there and check each other's comment out and subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff on each other's videos. That's what sharing the love is about. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. The train conductor is in the house. Choo choo! Top of the morning to you, Rob. Hope you and me and dog are having a wonderful morning, great day. I was telling everybody about all the amazing videos you guys have been putting out. Videos and shorts. While we did have some pretty big snows and some good cold winter, I think our winter's over. I really do. I mean, we possibly could get a little more snow. We've gotten some good snows in April a lot of times, but right now I'm just going to go out on a limb and hope I don't jinx myself and think to myself, you know what? Spring has sprung. Rob sent pictures that he had daffodils and dandelions already blooming out there in Oregon. I bet his mushrooms are starting to pop out soon. Exactly. You know, and Wesley, I'm glad I'm not the only one. But yeah, I'll sit with a piece of paper and a pencil, and I will draw the sluice, and I will sit and draw the way the water circulates, what changes it. And I've even took being a fireman, you know, I got micro gauges that measures water flow. And I've even taken the gauges and put on there and checked shear force. You know, what kind of shear force does it take to move this? What kind of shear force does it take to move that? And I like to use applied science in my prospecting. It's a lot of fun. I'm a man of science, and that, you know, it's something I like to do. I'm one of them weirdos that likes math, you know. Give me a math equation or give me something that I can formulate and make my own math equation out of, and I'll be happy for a long time. I like that stuff. With the campfire running, I can run the smooth water on my deck by the campfire with coffee all day. Yeah, oh yeah. We was going to do a campfire tonight and do just have some big hot dogs and stuff out on the campfire outside. But oh my God, the wind's blowing. We got red white flag warnings. It's like, do not light nothing. Do not even light a match outside. So, yeah, we've set the world on fire right now, so we can't do that. Instead, I put a big old roast, well, not a big one, but I put a roast in the crock pot, put up some onions, carrots, taters, and celery, all that good stuff. We're just going to have a nice beef roast. And, you know, a lot of people's like, well, eating all roast beef? No, not around our house. We eat more venison than anything, but every once in a while we'd like to eat a little beef, you know, throw a little beef in there. So we got us a beef roast that I'm making up there for this evening's meal. Hopefully it'll be tasty. Hey Yogi, howdy howdy. There you go. You know, Yogi, that's the way it is with me too. I don't like it, you know, and it's not that I dislike it. It's just I want to know. I'm the kid. I'm the grown boy, you might say. That I gotta know. I gotta know why it works, how it works, what makes it work. Why is this working better than that? Why does it work and that doesn't? I'm that guy. And we can form hypotheses and think that we're above all that all we want. But the fact of the matter is, a hypothesis is a hypothesis until it's proven to be fact. And the only way you can do that is be there to witness it and run a control study. In a blind control study, I love running. I used to run them in the fire service and in EMS and in the medical service quite often. Just straight up blind control studies on different things, patient studies. I did a blind control patient study in the burn unit one time, and it took about 5 months to perform. But you know what? It was very beneficial for not only the patients, but it was beneficial for us, the caregivers, the providers, because we knew the best treatment at that point that we could give. We didn't have to, you know, take somebody else's word for it. We knew for a fact that by taking that burn debris in, putting a dry, clean, dry dressing on it, nothing else, was the best outcome, the best results for our patient on that type of burn versus, you know, applying an ointment or Silvadine or something like that. So control studies can work throughout about every walk of life. I mean, ATC's an engineer, and I promise you, he has done a lot of control studies in his life being an engineer. Because he puts his seal of approval on something, you know, he's giving you his word that this is going to work and it's not going to fail, because I know it isn't, because it works for all these other people. Wouldn't that be cool for Lord Shadow to come down here and get to enjoy one for the school system here, you know, here in the Ozarks. I'm sure he can tell you everyone's a little different, but for two, also just to get to meet him face to face. We could probably work it out to where I could even come in there and maybe help, assist, or whatever. I've done a lot for the school service, our local school district here. I've even worked for our local school district here. It's going to be a good time, regardless. If it all works out, it'll be fun. Women like gold nerds. I think you're right. I think you're right, Wesley. The last time me and Joe, my pal Joe, was in the mountains, we had these two hot chicks that just followed us around the whole time we was there. You know, buy a girl a little ice cream, and I tell you what, they Let them know you're a gold prospector. You can't get rid of them. They just hatched, says Alaskan Gold Hunter. And why aren't you moderated? We can fix that. There you go. There you go, my friend. You guys might be get a little better view here of what I'm doing with these grizzlies. This, you know, I don't think this is necessary at all, but I like to do it because it makes it interactive for me with their switchback, and it's fun. I like to just roll my material back and then kick it into the catch pan that I got set up down there. Just lock into soul. Hey, Mr. Hogan, welcome in. Top of the morning to you. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Congratulations on your win last night on Mama Bird's Members Live. That was a lot of fun. We had an amazing live last night. I say it was an amazing live. It was amazing for me and Mama Bird because you guys was there, and it was a members only thing for Mama Bird's channel. And I tell you what, we had so much fun, so many laughs, so much camaraderie, and give away a lot of gold and a lot of cool stuff. And for us, that's a lot of fun. Here, you know, the real thing, I've been sitting here talking and feeding and talking and feeding. Let's turn that camera back again. Guys, I've just almost went through this bucket. So I got to check my tailing. It'll hold a little bit more. It'll hold a little bit more. I ran a 852 sluice setup, long form, ran a bunch of material, about a bucket load. Hang on, I'm not done reading that. Very little gold in the second sluice. I like control. Yeah, exactly, Rob. You get it, man. You get it. Document. You know, we can run a control study and know the results for ourselves. But the thing is, if it isn't written down, it didn't happen. So write it down. Write all your studies down. Write all that down. I have got so many journals full of stupid control studies that I've ran. No fishing today, Bacchus. We got up to some crazy strong winds. It's not. Now, when I started this stream, it was 34 outside, so it's not cold at all. But it was, you know, plenty of warm to go fishing, especially, you know, bank fishing. However, the wind was blowing so crazily hard, and it's supposed to do that all day. We got a red flag warning. Crazy. Just crazy. Alright, I'm going to stop there and show you guys. You guys seen this bucket a while ago. I'm going to spin the camera. Nobody gets sick. Nobody gets sick. Spinning the camera. Coming all the way around. Here's where I got the bucket. Now, that bucket, you guys seen it a while ago. That's how much we just ran through it, you know. We started out with 3/4 full bucket. It was almost full to the top. The first one we ran like a half a bucket, and this one we just about took the rest of it. So I'm gonna leave a little bit in there. My tailing thing's getting full, so I'm gonna spin this back around, and hopefully the next sluice run is gonna be where all them big giant Missouri nuggets are, you know. Giant Missouri nuggets. That's like an oxymoron, I think. Corner House, welcome in. How you doing? How you doing? Corner Club House Cobalt, welcome in. Top of the morning to you. Hope you're having a good day. Sorry about moving the camera around. We're gonna let that run for just a minute longer. And then we're going to shut it down, and we'll move this bucket out of the way. What's left here? Well, that's way lighter than it was when I started. Yeah, Missouri nuggets, yeah. But I'm going to tell you what, right here, straight up, this came out of Missouri. That's 0.159 gram picker. I'm awful proud of that. I don't think I've ever showed it. This is the first time I ever showed it on live, I think. But yeah, 0.159 gram picker. Let's turn you around, my friend Corner Club, and let's add you as a standard moderator. We've got 30 amazing people in here. Please remember to hit that like button if you haven't already, and subscribe. It's free, and anything free is worth saving up for. We're going to clean this sluice out now. We're going to start with these grizzly bars. I want to show them a little bit here. A little closer view of them. If I turn that a little bit more, you guys can see the words too. But this is the way that they catch it. And I just, ATC was looking at it, and just wanted to show them there. I just pop that stuff down here into my catch pan. I got a catch pan set up to catch the 16th inch and above material that gets run down there. That's all nice and cleaned out now. I'll set it to the side. Then I just take my squirt bottle and I spray this stuff down here, spray it down into that bottom mat in case any tiny little micros or some of them big giant Missouri nuggets get caught up in there. We have found my nuggets here. We haven't found any this year or last year, but the year before that, we did pretty good in a couple of spots. And the Oasis is one of the spots where we have found some pretty good size that I would consider nuggets. Most people probably wouldn't, but I would. And hopefully I'll be going live there one day this week. We're wanting to anyway. All right, once I got that section cleaned out, as you guys can see, then I just empty the water back out here. There's the 16 inch and above material that I caught out of there. So much quartz in there, so much. So many big chunks of iron in there too. We're gonna set that to the side. Do you have a clear picture of that beautiful point one? Maybe under the new microscope you guys have. You know, I haven't put it under the... Oh man, ATC. Oh, dude, you know, you with the bubbles that you create, you would probably want a bigger catch pan to what, or a recirculating tub than what I'm using. I'm currently, this recirculating tub is pretty small, and I used the bigger one when we're outside because it's more room, of course, more surface area. But inside the house, I use this smaller one. And I can't imagine. I bet you could create some epic bubbles with this dude. We're going to slide this sluice out, this top piece. Like I was saying, guys, this is where your big gold's caught at. Is in the top mat. We're going to plug that in and let the pump help clean that out for us. All right, that ought to be good. Slide that section out of there one time. If I can do it without knocking my light over or the camera. We're just going to use our spray bottle to finish cleaning this mat out. This is the Dream Mat Micro Dredge Mat, and the Dream Mat Mini Dredge Mat is in the bottom. splash some of that up on there. Get that back side, and then I'm going to turn the mat, fold it, finish cleaning it out here. Just like in the sew. I believe we got it. Clean that header box out. Like in the sew. Pull that bottom mat off. Clean it out. Lovely. Pull that sluice body off. Clean it out. Spray it off. Good enough. Good enough one time. Now we're going to reassemble it. That way it's ready to go for the rest of this bucket, which we don't have much of left. So that's the way I clean it out. And I like it. It's quick. It's controlled pretty much, so that you can do an efficient job on it. And it reassembles the same way, only opposite. A lot of thought was put into this sluice system, I can tell you. Got the grizzlies back in there. That sluice is ready to go, but now we're going to have to pan this out. We get to have some fun here. Get to have a little fun. Hogan says, see what I mean about two different mat systems? They are completely different. You're right, Hogan. They are completely different. One's a micro and one's a mini here. They're both dredge mats, and they are different colors. And the material they're made with is completely different as well. We're going to stratify that down real good, letting the specific gravity work and the dense material all go to the bottom while the lighter material comes to top. And then we're going to begin our pan. That's all the material out of that other section of the bucket that we got out of that. Less cons, more gold. Dream mat. $25 there, says Fran. Strong hands to fold that mat that way. It's a little stiff, I have to say, but it does fold. And yeah, as Mama Bird calls, gorilla paws. Good enough. Start doing our pullback on this now. Sorry guys, I'm reading chat. Hey Nerdy, welcome in. I hope I can show you, Shiny. We had a pretty good pan full of that last cleanup. And I'm seeing some gold in this pan, so I know we got some in here. Just don't know how much. You never know. You never know until you try. Never know. Alive. Need a smile, then a nap, says Bacchus. Get back up there, Gold. He's trying to get down on me. Get down on me. Get down on me. You can see that we got some starting to show up in there. Pretty good little flakes. A couple of them anyway. I definitely got to redo this because I'm going way faster with this pan than I did the last pan. And I'd say that I'm blowing some gold out with my panning. We all miss gold. That's right, Bacchus. Us old guys, we got to get a lot of sleep in, don't we, buddy? I'm not saying you're old. It's just we still need our sleep. This is a pretty good little pan, too. I'll take it all day. I'll take it all day. We're getting some pretty shiny in there. Got one decent flake. The rest of them are all tiny, tiny micros, but they all add up, guys. I'll take that all day long. That light's cutting off a weird glare. Weird glare. See them micros in there? Some decent sized flakes. There's a little dirty birdie. A little dirty piece, but it's gold. We'll take it. Suck her all up. All right, let's do a little snuffer dump here. My battery on my device that I'm using to read chat with is getting low. So I'm going to do a snuffer dump, and we're going to weigh this up while I got battery to see what we got, because I know it's enough to move the scale. Got it. Now, let's pour this off first. This water. Oh, that's beautiful. That is a pretty good looking little snuffer dump. Not a lot, but it's enough to move the scales. So we're going to dry it out and weigh it up right here live with you guys. There's what that smile looks like, guys. I got to suck it back up, dry it back out, weigh it up, have some fun. I'm going to have to tap that back down because there's some micros up there in that pan that didn't come down on that first tapping. That's all right. We got them now. You see them in there? I got it. Hey, Flash. Howdy, howdy. All right, let's dry it up. You want to? Get our torch tire. Get our little dry pan. Oh, platinum beads in your last set of assays. We've got some platinum here as well in Missouri that in this area that we're prospecting right now. Trouble is I don't know how to separate it. I'm not a platinum prospector, but I'm going to learn. But our assay, the last one that I had done, came back the same way, and it met the USGS reports from the area, because where we're at, there's hundreds and thousands of USGS reports about. All right, we got the gold in there. We got the torture tire. We got it going. We'll dry this up. Got a little black sand in there, but we'll get that out when we put it in our tart pan, because it's probably going to be magnetic. Most of it in this area is. We do have hematite as well, though. Dry a spot to put my scale right here. And all I got to do is turn my camera, maybe. Maybe that's all I got to do. Like in the show. That's our gold that we got in there, guys. See that little bit of black sand? Hopefully it's magnetic and I can pull it out. Bruce, welcome in, Bruce. Hey, Carson, welcome in, pal. Glad to see you guys. So, I'm going to set the scale right here. And then we'll zoom in on that scale. We turn it on. It's gold that we got. We'll pour it right here in this metal tray. Set that beside it so I can do a little tap-a-rooney. A little tap-a-rooster on there. You know what I'm saying. You'll know. I'm going to take me a magnet here. I'm going to shuffle that about. See if that magnet pick up, if it's any of it's magnetic and black sands on there. I got it, the magnetics out there. There's a tiny bit of black sand left. We're not going to worry about that. Drop the magnetics back down. We're going to pour that in there, tear it out. We're going to weigh it up, see if it's moved the scale. GP, check my comment above. I'm going to check it, Tom. Not sure if you saw my comment last night. My fishing rod and reel showed up last night. I've got it lined up and ready to go do some fishing. Woo! That's awesome, Tom. How'd you like the way I packaged it? I guess it made it. If it made it, it packaged it okay, yeah? All right, let's put that in there. Let's put that in there one time. 0.2. 0.21. That's not bad. Got a little sand in there, so I'd say about 0.19 is what it probably actually is. So I do have a little black sand mixed in there. Hold it up first. You guys can see that tiny little stuff that's in there. Straight out of the 24th state in the union right there, guys. It only took about 4 days of digging, and actually about 2 days on that bucket there. About 2 days of digging and hand panning and hand concentrating to get it down. But that's what came out of that bucket right there. 0.21 is what it weighed, but I'm going to say if you take the black sands out, that's going to be about 0.19, 0.18, right in that area. And I will get them out of there. Look at that tiny stuff. I love it. Love, love, love. Love it. All right. Now we got to set this camera up. We have a little fun, have a little talk. Let you guys get on to your day. I can finish my Goldgers in my cup. Let's turn this camera over here one time like so. Turn it back here. All these amazing prizes Mama Bird's been buying up, getting bought up, carrying on like Mama Bird does. I think that's where my camera needs to be. I think that's where it needs to be for me to sit right here where I can reach my Goldgers. Always and forever prospecting and maniac mining. That's good coffee. Hey, and nerdy right there. And there's another one right there, you know, doing the math, doing the science behind a prospector. Nerdy prospector right there. 32.50 today's price. That's gas money for the next trip. It is. That's gas money. And you know, the thing is we've made trips down there and never found a speck of gold. And was they wasted trips? Oh hell no. Hell no. There was a place a couple years ago, and it's by the Oasis that I'm hopefully going to get to go to tomorrow or Thursday. I got an eye appointment tomorrow. Get some new glasses. I get one free pair a year. You know, government pays for one pair a year, so I just will get them. I can count the pimples on GP's face. Always zoomed in that much? Holy cow. Thanks for telling me. I don't know. Maybe we're not zoomed in no more. Maybe we are. I didn't mean to scare anyone with all this ugly. You know what I'm saying? I got up this morning and like I said, it was cold outside. Put this sweater on. Hey, they're home now. I'm sweating. I'm sweating bullets. So I hate to. I'm gonna take this here sweater off now, cause it's just getting too warm in here. I was outside setting everything up. I was gonna do some rock crushing and decided, you know what, it's too windy. I'll just blow anything that I might have is gonna get blown away. That's more gooder. That's much more gooder. All right. Hummingbird must be blind. She still loves you, GP. Yeah, that's a different conversation, Jeffrey. I'm not sure we've reached that point in our relationship. We can talk about that. I never claimed to be a pretty man, never claimed to be a handsome man, never claimed to be any kind of man, but I am a man. So, guys, that was a lot of fun. I ran almost everything out of this bucket here. There ain't much left in it. I may just hand pan the rest of that. I don't know. I'm gonna finish it out though. I know that. She has stripper money. She's fine, Jeffrey. Yeah, she gives it all to me, Heath. That's the good thing. She's got a built-in stripper right here. So we got, oh, let's say 0.18, 0.19 grams out of that bucket, something like that. And I've got to finish it. There's probably a little bit more left in there, maybe. Like I said, it probably took 2 days. That's about average to fill a bucket up with the materials where we're at, using a pan and a scoop, processing it down. It takes about 2 days to fill up one bucket. Of course, there is some materials that we don't get it completely processed down like that. That when we getting ready to leave, and it's the last day, a lot of times we will just classify it down to eighth inch, and we'll just bring that home. And we run some of them earlier this year, and we done pretty good on them buckets too. So, I mean, there was gold in them, and by saying we done pretty good, that means there was actually gold in there. So, time for biscuit and gravy pot pie. Yeah, they do, Wesley. They open March the 1st in the area that we're going to, and we're going to be down there that weekend. So, uh, not this coming weekend, but the weekend after, we're going to be prospecting, and we're going to be in the St. Francis Mountain Range. Where we're at, we now there was one of the campsites we was able to go up. I don't know which campsite we're going to be able to get yet or not. It's all primitive camping. but there's no cell service down there. I would love to be able to go live while we're out walking around. I mean, it's no funner time than to walk around with Joe. Me and him will get out there, boots on the ground, and just take off and check out these tributaries. A couple buckets each, our pans and our scoops and stuff, and we just spend the day out there having a good time. And then in the evenings we just come back, build us a big fire, we'll have get a little catfishing going on, a little crappie fishing this time of year going on. I mean, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a good time. And then April, we're going back with a bunch of. There's several of you guys that are coming down there with us. Going to be prospecting, celebrating Mama Bird's birthday. It's just going to be fun. It's not an event. It's not nothing like that. It's just a fun time with friends on, down there in the mountains, uh, doing what we do. Having a good time. And then in May, we're going to Ohio with going to Rose Nose Monkey Fest. Then in June, we're going to Wisconsin. Going to meet up with the Flower Gold Wizard and James and Carl and several of them up there. Going to have some fun up there. But yeah, I mean, that's what we're doing. So guys, I didn't tell nobody, didn't tell Mom Bird I was going live today. It's like, you know what? I can't crush my rocks. That's what I wanted to do. I got my crusher, everything. I had everything all set up, and that wind come up. It was like, this ain't gonna work. Because anyone that's ever crushed rocks, I don't care how much you do, you're gonna make a hell of a mess. And you want to sweep that mess up because there could be gold in that mess anytime you do it. So, after that wind, it just gold's gonna be out my yard if I do that. And although I have thrown gold in my yard in the past, I don't want to. So I'm caught up with chat. Thanks, guys, again for coming in here and spending some time with me. It looks like hey, there's the bud files. Howdy, howdy. Looks like it's almost noon here, which means it's 1 o'clock for almost 1 for a lot of you, almost 10 for a lot of you. So I appreciate each and every one of you. You forgot about Rose Nose? No, I didn't forget. I said we'd be at Rose Nose Monkey Fest in Maine, or in May. There's no way we're missing that. We're going to Rose Nose Monkey Fest. And when we go up there, we're taking. I know it's only the weekend, but we're taking a week and going up there, and because we're going to hoping to spend some time with Brian, Indiana Creek Gold. They're in Indiana, and hopefully Rich will meet up with us there. Brian's got some new toys. He's got a new one of the little mini backhoes, and he's going to get after it. I don't know if I'm supposed to said that or not. Strike that from the remarks. I mean, I don't even know what I'm talking about, but hopefully we'll get to meet up with them. And then we got to go to the GPAA claim down there in Ohio. While we're there, a great place. We found some good gold there in the past. We've been there in the past and just found little tiny, fly poop, 2 or 3 pieces, and that was it. But it's not about the amount of gold you bring home. It's always nice to bring good gold home with you. That's not what it's about. That's not what these events are about, or these get-togethers, whatever you want to call them. It's about getting together with you guys, with everybody in the community. It's about sharing, our aspirations with one another, talking, sharing our different skill sets with one another, sharing love and just having a good time. That's what it's about. And when you get to be my age, good times they get to be further and fewer apart. So anytime you can have a good time and enjoy yourself, get to spend it with people you love, people you care about, and it doesn't financially put you into a bind or anything, why not do it? I mean, just so we'll have fun and do it. So I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I'm gonna go check my roast, my beef roast. Got me a beef roast in there, and I'm going to probably pan out the rest of this here in a few minutes. And I may get my stuff ready because I would love to get down to the Oasis tomorrow. And hopefully, if I got a signal, I'll be able to go live down there someplace and show you guys what that area looks like. There's one of the caves down there that's got some, well, you just got to see it. A lot of you I've sent pictures of. You guys have seen pictures or short videos and stuff. But the don't know if it was an ancient tribe that put it in there, older than that maybe. Uh, no, I wasn't there to witness it. And when I sent pictures and information and location and stuff like that to the Missouri Extension Center here, they didn't know, but they said that it was older than the Spaniards that first landed here and went up through there. It was older than the tribes, that the carvings and stuff, cave paintings and carvings were older than the tribes that was here at in the 17th, 16th, and 17th century. So it's old. Whatever it is, whoever created it, it's old and it's cool looking. So that's pretty neat. Chicken roast. Hey, I like chicken. Nothing wrong with chicken. Raspberry. Welcome in. I was showing off your sticker a while ago. Mama Burp got it on her little pink squirty, and she been squirting the heck out of it. I'm telling you. Guys, have a wonderful day. It's Tuesday. There's a lot of amazing shows on tonight. Be sure to check them all out. I know Flash in Your Pants on tonight. Flash is a great guy. Great to be around. I'm going to hopefully go live tomorrow with one of my adventures. Another Goldgers in Your Cup adventure tomorrow. Tomorrow's adventure will be sponsored by a different person. We have people sending us cups. We think that. If you want to send us a cup, send it to me. If you don't have my address, ask me. I'll give it to you. But the next episode, I think, is going to be brought to you by someone that's not even from this country or Canada or the continent. It's from across the pond. But you guys will have to wait and see the episode to see who that person's from. But I'm getting ready to send them a cup as well. Send one out to them. Me and Mama Bird is somebody that we've been friends with now for a couple of years. You guys all know who it is, but you guys won't know until tomorrow, until you see the cup, or the next day. But that's the next episode. Whatever day it's going to be on, that's the next episode. So, with further ado, we'll see you guys then. Love you guys. Take care. If you got any questions about anything, hit me up. You guys know what my email is. Hey, Josie! It's been a minute since I've seen you. Welcome in, Josie. I was just getting ready to leave. You'll have to do a rewatch to see some of this MissouriGold that we got out. We didn't kill it, but we found some. We got a little bit here, and I'll just, we'll take you out right here, showing you. I'm going to zoom in on her here one time. That's a MissouriGold from today. Take care, guys. Love each and every one of you. And remember, have a little Goldgers in your cup. The best part of waking up is going prospecting and fishing and hunting and having a good time. Woo! Take care, everyone.